The Power of Positive Thinking by Vincent Peale is the transformative book that has changed millions of lives by proving that your thoughts have the power to reshape your reality. Overcome any obstacle and unlock unlimited potential within yourself. Vincent Peale begins his groundbreaking work by establishing that the human mind possesses extraordinary power to influence circumstances, overcome difficulties, and create success through the deliberate cultivation of positive thoughts. Written in 1952, this book emerged from Peale's decades of experience as a minister and counselor, during which he observed that people who maintained positive mental attitudes consistently achieved better outcomes in their personal and professional lives than those who allowed negative thinking to dominate their minds. Peale argues that positive thinking is not mere wishful thinking or naive optimism, but rather a scientifically sound approach to life that harnesses the mind's natural ability to influence physical health, emotional well-being, and external circumstances through focused mental energy and unwavering faith. The foundation of Peale's philosophy rests on the principle that thoughts become reality through a process he describes as mental conditioning. Just as physical exercise strengthens the body, mental exercise through positive thinking strengthens the mind's ability to attract favorable outcomes and repel negative influences. Peale explains that most people fail to achieve their potential because they have been conditioned from childhood to expect failure, focus on limitations, and anticipate problems rather than solutions. This negative mental programming creates a self-fulfilling prophecy, where individuals unconsciously sabotage their own success by dwelling on what could go wrong rather than visualizing what could go right. The author emphasizes that changing this mental conditioning requires deliberate effort, consistent practice, and unwavering commitment to replacing negative thought patterns with positive ones. Point 1. Peale introduces the concept of mental imagery as the first fundamental technique for developing positive thinking power. He explains that the subconscious mind cannot distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and actual events, making visualization a powerful tool for programming success into the mental framework. The author provides detailed instructions for creating clear, specific mental pictures of desired outcomes, emphasizing that these visualizations must be accompanied by strong emotional conviction and absolute belief in their eventual manifestation. Peale shares numerous case studies of individuals who transform their lives by consistently visualizing success, health, and happiness, demonstrating that mental imagery works across all areas of life, including business, relationships, health, and personal achievement. He warns that negative visualization is equally powerful, explaining why people who constantly imagine worst-case scenarios often experience exactly what they fear most. Point 2. The second major principle Peale presents is the power of affirmations and positive self-talk to reprogram the subconscious mind. He explains that the words we speak to ourselves throughout the day create deep impressions in the subconscious, which then works tirelessly to make those words reality. Negative self-talk, such as "I cannot do this" or "I always fail," programs the mind for failure, while positive affirmations like "I can handle any challenge" or I'm capable of achieving great things program the mind for success. Peale provides specific formulas for creating effective affirmations, emphasizing that they must be stated in present tense, expressed with conviction, and repeated consistently until they become automatic mental responses. The author shares examples of people who overcame seemingly impossible obstacles by faithfully practicing positive affirmations, including individuals who recovered from serious illnesses, achieved financial success despite humble beginnings, and transformed difficult relationships through the power of changed thinking. Point 3. Faith emerges as the third cornerstone of Peale's positive thinking system, which he defines not merely as religious belief, but as complete confidence in favorable outcomes regardless of current circumstances. The author explains that faith acts as a mental magnet that attracts the people, opportunities, and resources necessary to achieve desired goals. He distinguishes between passive hope, which waits for good things to happen, and active faith, which expects good things and takes confident action toward their realization. Peale demonstrates through biblical examples and contemporary success stories that faith has the power to overcome any obstacle, heal any condition, and solve any problem when applied with sufficient intensity and persistence. He emphasizes that faith must be supported by action, explaining that believing in positive outcomes while taking no steps toward their achievement is not true faith, but merely wishful thinking. Point 4. Peale addresses the critical importance of eliminating worry, fear, and anxiety as essential prerequisites for positive thinking success. He explains that these negative emotions create powerful mental blocks that prevent the subconscious mind from working effectively toward desired goals. The author provides a systematic approach for conquering worry that begins with analyzing fears to determine which are realistic concerns requiring action and which are imaginary problems that exist only in the mind. For legitimate concerns, Peale recommends developing specific action plans and then releasing mental preoccupation with potential problems. For imaginary fears, he suggests techniques including thought substitution, where worrying thoughts are immediately replaced with positive affirmations or constructive mental activities. The author emphasizes that worry is a habit that can be broken through consistent practice of positive thinking techniques. Just as negative thinking patterns were originally developed through repetitive, negative mental conditioning. Point 5. The fifth principle focuses on developing what Peale calls quiet confidence through regular periods of mental stillness and spiritual reflection. He explains that constant mental chatter and external distractions prevent people from accessing their inner wisdom and creative power. Making regular quiet time essential for positive thinking effectiveness. Peale recommends specific techniques for achieving mental stillness, including meditation, prayer, and contemplative reading, emphasizing that these practices help individuals connect with what he describes as infinite intelligence or divine wisdom. During these quiet periods, the author suggests focusing on positive thoughts, expressing gratitude for current blessings, and visualizing desired outcomes with complete faith in their eventual manifestation. He explains that regular practice of mental stillness creates a foundation of inner peace and confidence that remains stable even during challenging external circumstances. Point 6. Peale emphasizes the transformative power of changing one's mental vocabulary to support positive thinking goals. He explains that words carry tremendous emotional and psychological power, making language choices crucial for mental conditioning success. The author recommends eliminating words and phrases that suggest limitation, failure, or negativity, including common expressions like, "I cannot afford it," "that is impossible," or "I never have any luck." Instead, he suggests adopting empowering language that reinforces positive expectations and unlimited possibilities. Peale provides extensive lists of power words and phrases that program the mind for success, including expressions like, "I can find a way," "Every problem has a solution," and "I am blessed with unlimited potential." He emphasizes that changing speech patterns requires conscious effort initially, but becomes automatic with consistent practice, eventually transforming both inner dialogue and external communication in ways that attract positive responses from others. Point 7. The author introduces the concept of mental house cleaning as essential maintenance for positive thinking effectiveness. Just as physical spaces require regular cleaning to remain healthy and functional, minds require periodic cleansing to remove accumulated negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, and emotional debris that interfere with positive mental functioning. Peale recommends specific techniques for mental house cleaning, including regular self-examination to identify negative thought patterns, forgiveness practices to release resentment and anger, and gratitude exercises to shift focus from problems to blessings. He explains that mental house cleaning should be performed regularly rather than waiting for crisis situations, comparing it to preventive maintenance that keeps mental machinery operating at peak efficiency. The author emphasizes that mental house cleaning is not a one-time event, but an ongoing practice that becomes easier and more natural with experience. Point 8. Peale addresses the importance of surrounding oneself with positive influences, including people, books, music, and environmental factors that support positive thinking goals. He explains that mental conditioning is constantly influenced by external inputs, making it crucial to carefully choose influences that reinforce rather than undermine positive mental development. The author recommends spending time with optimistic, successful people whose attitudes and beliefs support personal growth rather than limit it. He suggests reading materials that inspire confidence and possibility. Rather than focusing attention on negative news and pessimistic perspectives, Peale emphasizes that creating a positive environment requires deliberate choices and sometimes difficult decisions to limit exposure to negative influences. But these choices are essential for maintaining positive mental conditioning over time. Point 9. The ninth principle focuses on developing persistence and determination as essential qualities for positive thinking success. Peale explains that positive thinking is not a magic formula that produces instant results, but rather a systematic approach that requires consistent application over time to produce lasting changes. He acknowledges that individuals will face setbacks, disappointments, and periods of doubt during their positive thinking journey, but emphasizes that these challenges are temporary obstacles rather than permanent barriers. The author provides strategies for maintaining positive mental attitudes during difficult periods, including techniques for renewing faith, finding inspiration in other people's success stories, and remembering past victories as evidence of inner strength and capability. Peale emphasizes that persistence in positive thinking practice eventually creates such strong mental conditioning that positive attitudes become automatic responses to any situation. Point 10. Peale concludes his system by addressing the importance of helping others develop positive thinking abilities as a way of reinforcing and expanding one's own positive mental conditioning. He explains that teaching positive principles to others creates multiple benefits, including deeper understanding of the concepts through explanation, increased faith through witnessing others' transformations, and expanded positive influence that creates supportive environments for continued growth. The author suggests specific ways to share positive thinking principles, including encouraging others during difficult times, sharing success stories that demonstrate positive thinking effectiveness, and modeling positive attitudes that inspire others to adopt similar approaches. Peale emphasizes that helping others succeed through positive thinking creates a multiplying effect that benefits everyone involved and creates communities of positive-minded individuals who support each other as continued growth and achievement. Throughout the book, Peale provides numerous real-life examples and case studies that demonstrate the practical application and remarkable effectiveness of positive thinking principles. These stories range from business executives who overcame seemingly impossible challenges to ordinary individuals who transformed their health, relationships, and financial circumstances through dedicated positive thinking practice. The author's examples span various demographics and situations, showing that positive thinking principles work regardless of age, education, background, or current circumstances. These success stories serve not only as inspiration, but as proof that positive thinking produces measurable results when applied with sincerity, consistency, and unwavering faith in favorable outcomes. Norman Vincent Peale's The Power of Positive Thinking stands as one of the most influential self-help books ever written, having sold millions of copies worldwide and transformed countless lives through its practical, faith-based approach to mental conditioning. The book's enduring popularity stems from its combination of spiritual wisdom, psychological insights, and concrete techniques that anyone can apply immediately to begin experiencing positive changes. While some critics have questioned the simplicity of Peale's approach, the overwhelming testimonial evidence from readers who have successfully applied these principles demonstrates their genuine effectiveness. This book remains as relevant today as when it was first published, offering timeless wisdom for anyone seeking to harness the extraordinary power of the human mind to create a more successful, fulfilling, and joyful life. Thank you for joining us for this comprehensive exploration of the power of positive thinking. If this summary has inspired you to dive deeper into the transformative world of personal development literature, please subscribe to our channel for more detailed book summaries, practical insights, and life-changing wisdom from the greatest minds in self-improvement. Remember to like this content if it provided value. Share it with anyone who could benefit from positive thinking principles. And leave a comment sharing your own experiences with positive mental conditioning. Your engagement helps us continue providing high-quality content that empowers people to unlock their unlimited potential and create extraordinary lives through the power of transformative ideas. Knowledge is only powerful when applied. Take one idea from today's book and put it into action. If you want more summaries on personal finance, leadership, and self-development, subscribe and join me on this journey of growth.